video, we are going to learn about Boyle's law experiment. You can see in the diagram, we have piston, and the piston is connected to pressure gauge. Okay, let us look at the hypothesis of the experiment. The smaller the volume of gas, the higher the gas pressure. Okay, now let us go back to this diagram. You can see the difference between the two diagrams here. We have a large volume in the first diagram and smaller uh, volume in the second diagram. For the first diagram, we have a smaller amount of pressure compared to the second diagram shown by the pressure gauge. Now, from this situation, we can identify that the manipulated variable is the volume, okay, because when you apply force to the piston, then the volume will decrease. And the responding variable for the experiment is the pressure, and the pressure is measured by the pressure gauge. Okay, you can see the difference. And in this experiment, our constant variable is the temperature and the mass of air. You can see that we did not heat up the temperature of the gas. That is why the temperature is constant. And the mass of air is also constant because this is actually an enclosed container. The air cannot escape from the piston, and that's why the mass of air in the piston is constant. So when you try to draw the graph, you need data, but from the experiment, we find that when the volume is high, okay, let's say the volume is high here, this is the volume is high, then the pressure is low. So you can plot the graph here. And then when we apply force, then the volume of the piston will decrease, but the pressure will increase. It's going to be somewhere here. Okay, when the volume decreases, then the pressure increases a little bit. Then you have the plot here. And then when you press more, you apply more force, then the volume will decrease, and then the pressure will increase. So the curve is going to be something like this. Or if I use another color of the pen, then you can see it's something like this. So that is the curve of the graph. So from this curve, we can say that pressure is inversely proportional to volume. And you can also draw this graph in another way, but if you change this axis from volume to 1 over V, and then the graph is going to be a straight line starting from the origin, something like this. So the two graphs here, this graph and this graph, are equivalent to each other. And then from this experiment also, we can write the definition for Boyle's law. Okay, you can look at the first one. This is the definition for Boyle's law. Boyle's law states that pressure is inversely proportional to volume for a fixed mass of gas in a constant temperature. You should write down this definition in your notebook.